All right. Good evening, everyone. JP Koster sharing with all of you this evening from Cape Town, South Africa. And this evening, we're going to do a getting started training, and very excited about it because I think it's something that's so needed. So we've got a lot of associates signing up. We've got a lot of customers signing up. But what do you sort of do next? And this evening, we sort of want to cover a little bit about that. And I've asked a few leaders to also share with me some of the basic things to do. We're also going to be covering the names list, contacting, inviting people, presenting, following up and closing. So I'm hoping we'll get this done in 45 minutes or so, but we'll see how we go. And just a few notes to all the leaders that are on the call this evening. Just well done to last business period. I know it was maybe it wasn't the easiest business period, but I've no doubt that this month is going to be an incredible month. And that's sort of what you find very often in the business. Is one month you sort of have a lot of growth, and then it's sort of it slows down a bit, then you have a lot of growth again. And the reason for that is because very often what ends up happening is all the work you're doing right now, you're busy planting right now, you only reaping and sowing the rewards of that and the fruit of that like 2-3 months down the line. So I think it's very, very important, this whole thing of consistency, and we'll cover some of that this evening as well. So first up, if there are any new leaders on the call this evening, I'm going to get one of the leaders. If you can maybe just send me in the chat box, maybe if there's some new leaders that broke last month, new directors, new silver directors, gold directors, executive directors, please let me know. I'd like to obviously congratulate all of those on the call this evening. And then what I want to do, just to get started, is we're going to cover the basics, but what I also just want to do is I want to ask Martolucia White, who's a gold executive director. We were traveling last week, and myself and her mom doing presentations and doing meetings, and we sort of got chatting about the basics of getting people once they sign up to do the right things. What do you need to do next, and how do you set up your commission check details, and how does the automatic orders work, and so forth. So I've sort of asked her to sort of just do a quick presentation on just those basics, and then a little bit later I might just ask a little bit about contacting, inviting, and following up and so forth. I haven't mentioned that to her, but I know she'll be ready to do that. Of course, we've also got some other leaders that are also going to be shared. We've got Pieter, Louw, who's a gold executive director, and also Alet-Marie, who's a gold presidential director, who's also an incredible recruiter, also to share a little bit. And I think maybe what I'll do is sort of do a Q&A with them, just to glean some of their advice, what they're doing at the moment, what's working for them. And everyone on the call this evening is really people that have been signing a lot of people up. They've been doing the basics, they're qualifying, they've got good teams, and so forth. So I'm going to ask Martolucia maybe just to do a screen share there. Okay, great. We've got Martolucia on the line. Martolucia, you are still muted. Okay, so now all over to you, and looking forward to hearing from you this evening. And well done again last month on a great business period. I see your volume was up very, very nicely. So keep up the good work.
Thank you so much, JP. It's a privilege to share on this call tonight. Like you all heard, I'm Martolucia White, and I'm from Strasbourg, and I'm a Gold Executive Director. And then I would just like to thank JP, especially for traveling with me and my mother and helping us build our business and also change lives, and also to Gary and Shemaine van Aswegen for helping us and guiding us through this business. So I'm going to just quickly share directly from the internet. I'm going to share a page with you. The website address is 3pointplan.net. This is like the easiest way to make sure that you launch any new associate the right way. Like I always tell people, with Mannatech, it's so easy. Like you just need to do what they tell you to do. So I always go to this website to double check and make sure, like with every single associate I sign up, you go to this website because you can show them on here the events calendar and where they can go and check for events coming up. Also, then I go to first steps, and you'll see when you click on first steps, it literally go through all 6 basic steps. And what's so easy is if you click on that link, like step 1 is to set up your commissions. So if you click on mannatech.com, that little box down there, it will take you to the Mannatech website where you can log in your associate, remember, if you haven't logged them in, you must scroll down and say logging in for the first time. Then you say create an account so that they can create their password, and then you log them in. This explains exactly what you need to do, where you need to click, even like what to add if your account number isn't long enough, what the ABA routing number is. People ask me that all the time. So this is like really your go-to. Step 2 is to make sure while you're on the website, you make sure the automatic order is set up. I can't start to explain to you guys how important it is, if you have an associate, to make sure they have the product in their houses monthly. This business grows on stories. Like, I've seen it in my business the past 3 months again, and like I can't stress enough how important it is to really make sure that every single associate have the products in their houses monthly. So make sure they're on automatic order. Step 3 is the Lead Team app. So a lot of the time I've realized that some of my new associates and leaders in my business sometimes are scared to throw everything at once to the new guys, because you just want to have them excited and have them do all the fun things, but make Lead Team also a fun thing for yourself, because when your business starts to grow, this is such a nice tool to have. This is where we as leaders can go to. If you're struggling to reach the next level, we can go there and see okay, you say you're doing this and this and this, so let's help you to do this better. Because if you log your tools that you're listening to and that you're reading, and if you log the calls that you're on, maybe we can guide you and tell you I think you need to be on an extra coffee and stories this month to be inspired, or I think you need to participate in a training. So make sure you subscribe to Lead Team. Same thing, if you click in this little box down here, leadteam.net, it will take you to the website. You subscribe, put in all your details, you put your Mannatech account number in there, and from there it will send you an email that you verify. And on the email there's always a link to click if you have an Android or a iOS device, and then you can download the correct app from there. Back to the website, there's another step that you must do on there. This one, for some reason, was for me tricky, but I've realized that if you open up, so on the za.mannatech.com website, you go to My Business, and then you click on the Mannatech Plus. So when you go down, you scroll down, and it starts opening new tabs. Sometimes your computer blocks the pop-up window. So just make sure that you unblock the window to actually open up the new page with the Mannatech Plus app. Remember to do this as soon as you sign up the new associate, because this app is for free for 3 months. You see, that's a tongue knipper, but that is such an amazing app and tool for any newbie to have. The tools, the monthly tools is on there. There is everything you need to know about products on there. There is PDFs that can be shared with customers. There is amazing stories of leaders that's encouraging for new guys on there. And there's other stuff like product guides and price lists. Everything anybody needs to build a business is on the Mannatech Plus app. Next thing is to make sure you have Zoom, but that's most of the time after the 2 years we went through. Most of the time that's already on the guy's phone. And then you just need to register them for the monthly, for the Monday evening webinars. So just click on their register, because then they will also receive an email with a link they need to click on every single Monday evening. And then the last thing you need to do on the website, the Mannatech website, is to subscribe your success tracker. And also on here, on this amazing 3pointplan.net website, it explains to you exactly what you need to do. So you click on My Business and then Success Tracker, and then you just subscribe it. So yeah, that's the 6 steps. Please make sure that you get familiar with the 3pointplan.net website, because I promise you there's a lot to learn on here. Thank you, JP.
All right. Awesome, Martolucia. Thank you for sharing. That was brilliant. And just to everyone quickly, I think if you're unsure about the next steps, please chat to the person who invited you so they can go through and make sure you've got everything set up. Very often we find that people put their incorrect commission check details in. For instance, I had someone today sign up with for product, but they didn't order it as an automatic order, so obviously you don't get the loyalty points. So just remember to get all those basics done properly. So just quickly, what I'd like to do is just quickly recognize some of the new leaders that some of you sent through to me. So we've got Marlene Palm as a brand new gold director, and Janetta Klaas, the new director. Pieter and Vanessa Holthausen, director and silver director. So I'm not sure if they rank advanced or went to both of those last month. And then also to brand new director, Devalt and Danae Janssen from Rensburg. Sandra Groenewald, director and silver director in the first round. So that's brilliant. Well done, Sandra. And then Claudie Trotsky, brand new silver director and gold director this last month. So well done, Claudie. Bianca Swanepoel, brand new director. And we've also got a few new leaders on the call, it seems like. We've got Dani and Roxy, new directors. Maria Otter, new director. Delia Potgieter, obviously on her training for the first time. Thanks for sharing that, and Jeanette. So well done to all of you. So if there are a few more, I will definitely just recognize them a little bit later. So what I'm going to do again, I did show this video last night. I just want to show it again so everyone can understand the basics about building the business. And it's really a very important part about this evening's training, because what you've got to realize is that you're literally a couple of steps away to earning extra $500 a month. You're a couple of steps away to earning extra $1,000 a month. And you're a couple of steps away from earning extra $4,000 and $10,000 a month and way beyond. And we're going to try and break this down, because the secret about the business is keeping it simple and keeping it duplicatable. I see there are quite a few more coming through now. Andrew and Lorraine, new executive directors. Mary Jones Swart, new silver director. So well done to all of you. Okay, so first of all, let me show this video again. And if you haven't seen this video, I want you to just see the basics about the compensation plan. If there are some questions on the video, we can definitely cover that as well. So we're just going to quickly share the video. So hopefully this will work this evening. I know last night we had some issues, but I know it'll work this time around. So here we go. So I want you to watch the video. I want you to take note of what you see in the video, because this is how duplicatable and simple Mannatech is. We shouldn't complicate it any more than what you see right here. So if any of you want to know what should you do this month, you should work on doing the following.
Welcome to the Quick Start training video. We want you to understand how to make money in your business as quickly as possible. There are 6 ways to earn income with Mannatech. In this video, we are going to highlight 2 of those bonuses to help you earn money quickly. The first way to earn is through the first order bonus. Here's how it works. For every new associate and preferred customer you enroll, you'll earn 20% of their first product order. If they place a first order totaling $100, you will earn $20. If their first order is $500, you'll earn $100. It's that simple. Next up is the powerful business development bonus. This bonus pays out once you reach Team 2 status. Here's how it works. The first step is to create your business unit of 500 ppv, or personal point volume, when you combine the value of your own personal order with your customers' orders on a monthly basis. Next, you want to enroll 2 new associates and help them do the same thing. Generate a 500 ppv business unit through their own personal order and those of their customers. Congratulations! You are now Team 2 qualified and have reached the rank of Director. At Team 2 level, you will earn $100 per month every month that you maintain Team 2 qualification. Keep in mind, This is in addition to all of the other bonuses you will be earning. Ready for more? Just do it again. Enroll 2 more associates and help them get to 500 PPV in monthly product orders. Once you have 4 associates with at least 500 PPV, you become Team 4 qualified, and you're now earning $250 per month from the business development bonus and have reached the rank of Silver Director. And this is where things get really exciting. Once you've helped your 4 new associates each become Team 4 qualified themselves, you will be generating enough product volume from people buying the products that you are now a Silver Executive, earning approximately $1,184 per month. But what if you took it a step further and repeated that process one more time? You are now a Presidential Director, earning approximately $4,084 per month. Of course, this is only a model. No one's organization will look exactly like this example, but just imagine the possibilities. Presidential Director is about more than time freedom and financial independence. It puts you in a position to make an impact in the lives of others. Hundreds of customers will enjoy improved health. Your team will see you as inspirational proof that they can change their own lives. Every time you rank up, your impact grows. Presidential Directors and above earn higher percentages at deeper levels of the Unilevel and Infinity bonus. They also earn deeper generations on the Leader Check Match. Beginning at Bronze PD, you can earn the Global Pool bonus. The Global Pool is 1.5% of Mannatech's global sales. As you advance in rank, you earn more shares of the pool. From Presidential Director to Crown Ambassador, you can live a lifestyle that many people dream of. Although these ranks represent a great achievement, anyone can reach them if they're willing to work hard and stay committed. The most important thing is to remain consistent in your daily activities. It all starts by becoming Team 2 and then Team 4 qualified and helping others do the same. Once you're able to do that, you have the foundation for building this business for now and forever.
All right. Okay, great. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. And once again, I hope you guys understand the basics about building the business. It's, very often we can complicate this way, way too much. What you should be looking at every single month is looking at first of all, doing your 500 points. Second of all is which people have I personally enrolled that I can help do 500 points this month as well. And once you've done that, look into your group and see if there are people where there's an upline that's not active or enroller that's not active. If you can go and support those leaders, because eventually, you'll make up some of the check match. But if everyone is, their responsibility should be to help the people that sign up, firstly have signed up or introduced, help them do the 500 points. For instance, as an example, if I signed up 2 people last month, this month I should be working on getting them to 500 points this month, and I should at least help them identify 3 or 4 people we can go and talk to this month, so that next month we can help those 3 or 4 people do their 500 points, so we can get these people to Silver Director. So just before I share next, I'd just like to also quickly congratulate Keith and Alet-Marie Arnold, brand new directors, Abdullah and Annette, also new directors, and then Cynthia Berta, also new director. So well done to all of you. So before we get into the 4 basics, now remember, let me just go do a screen share here quickly. Okay, here we go, 4 basics. Let's make that a bit bigger. Okay, perfect. So here's the 4 basics. Some of you would have seen this at training. We're going to run through this very, very quickly. I've got 2 great leaders that are going to be sharing a little bit about the 4 basics. I might just do a Q&A with them going through this. But first of all, getting started right. Now, you have to start with the end in mind. If you've got to know why you're doing this, we've always shared with people, if you don't know where you're going, then how are you going to get there? If you don't know where you're going, or at least if you know where you're going, the decisions become easy. If you know that you want to become a brand new presidential director or executive director, or what your goals you're working towards, then it becomes much easier to look at what you got to put in place to make that manifest and make that happen. So for instance, if I am working on this month to become a new silver director as an example, and I'm a director. Well, what do I need to do? Well, I need to look at who are the 2 people in my group that I'm putting 80% of my time in to help them do their 500 points. So it's very, very important that if you haven't got a clear, concise picture of what you want to achieve, there's no way that you're going to do it. I've seen this time and time again. It sounds great, the idea of earning extra income. It sounds great, the thought of earning an extra $4,000 a month or $1,000 a month, as you would have seen in the video. But if you don't know why you're doing this, I promise you're going to get distracted. You're going to give up along the way because you didn't have a clear, concise reason of why you want to do this. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not something you're going to sign up with for today and next week be a millionaire. This is going to take time and effort. So you've got to be clear and concise about what you want. I mean, if you look around, there's so many people out there need solutions for retirement. They need a plan B. They need a plan C. So there is no other option out there for people but to do this. So you've got to treat this seriously. You can't just haphazardly try and build your business and do it when it suits you. You have to build it with purpose. You know, and there was this great book called The Purpose Driven Life, but that's really what it's all about. You have to have a purpose about what's going to make you wake up in the morning and get you excited about getting out of bed to go out and go and talk to people about what you got in your hands. So know what you know. So start with the end in mind. Figure out what is your goal? What do you want to achieve in the next 3, 6, and 12 months? Where would you like to be? And what are you going to do to obviously achieve that? So the first of all is, you've seen this before, is make a list. That's where it all starts off with. And just before I start off with that, I just want to thank Marianne for Pieter again, because I think she, at the last training we did in George, she had such a great way, because I've always spoken about, you know, you're going through a deck of cards. You've got to start off with, you know, at least 52 cards. And she actually had a deck of cards there. So this evening, I've actually gotten a deck of cards that all of you can hopefully see, because this is really the magic about building a business. The leaders that we speak to this evening, these are the ones that are going through the deck of cards. Now, when we said earlier that it's about, you know, starting with the end in mind, how big is your deck of cards? How big is your dream? Are you just going to have, you know, because most people start their business and they want to build a business and they start off with 4 cards and they're trying to build their business with 4 cards. Some people start their business maybe with, you know, 20 cards. And these cards are the names of the people you're going to speak to. You know, I would say if you want to give yourself any chance to make a success in Mannatech, you have to at least be willing to talk to 52 people. And that's just the start, because you have to give yourself enough chance to find people that you can teach and train to go to the next level. And of course, you know, if you go through this deck of cards, now, I don't know what the cards are showing, but what are we looking for? We're looking for the 4 aces in the deck of cards. And I'm trying to share with all of you, if you in your first month can share with at least 52 people, you've got a very good chance in your first month of finding at least 4 people that are going to be associates that you can teach and train to go to the next level. Because why? Why do you want 4 people? Because if you can do your 500 points and you're teaching 4 other people to do the same, you by default would be a silver director team for 2,500 points. If we can then in turn go and teach those 4 people to each find their 4 and find their 4 and find their 4 and find their 4, you by default would be a new silver executive director earning over $1,000, $2,000 a month, just by default of building your business. And there's the thing, is if you look at, you know, me going through a deck of cards like you see over here, is that you don't know what the next cards are going to be. But the problem is a lot of people just don't play the cards. They're waiting for these cards just to magically pop up to them. They don't go out and actually go and look for the card. Like, I mean, so if you see the cards being over there, like over here, you've got to go and grab the cards. And that might be a 2. So your first person you speak to might not be someone that wants to build a business. They might be a customer. They might be someone that's still going to think about it. They're probably going to be someone that's not going to get involved. At least you drew the card. The next thing is, you don't know what the next card is, but don't wait for these cards to pop up to you, because that's what a lot of people think. They think just by them having the deck of cards in front of their hands, people are randomly going to come into their house and ask them what cards are that they have. You can't do that. You've got to go out and you've got to prospect. You've got to go out there, go and talk to people. You've got to let them know what you're doing, what you're busy with. So you've got to make sure you're reaching out to the different cards. So once again, we don't know what the next card is, but here we see the next card is a king of spades. So once again, you don't know that this is going to be the second card. So this could be potentially someone that is going to sign up as an associate, someone that wants to build a business, someone's going to get going in building their business, someone's going to attend a webinar, someone that's excited about this. But once again, you had to draw the card to find out which card it was. The next card, we don't know what the next card is. It's a 5. There's probably someone that's probably not going to get involved. You're not sure, but you had to draw the card to find out. Because we've got a 5 of hearts. So what are we going to do? But the quicker we go through the cards, you got a card that does nothing. Nothing. This is someone that doesn't even get back to you. They think it's a pyramid scheme. They think you're going to lose all your money. They don't even know why you're doing this. It's just a bicycle card. It's just a nothing. And those cards are in the deck, and you've got to know that they're coming. This is the magic of building a network marketing business. You don't know who's going to build it and who's not going to build it, but you at least playing the cards. Here you have another one, but you didn't know that these cards were going to come, but they were just in the deck of cards as you are obviously going through them. The next card is a 10. The next card is a joker. Someone that says to you, it's not going to work. You're losing don't get involved. They don't get back to you. It might be a family member, a brother-in-law, someone, whoever it is, doesn't make a difference. A best friend, someone that's not interested in looking at your business right now, but you didn't know it, but you had to go through the cards. And the thing about this is what you're trying to do is you're trying to go through this deck of cards as quickly as you can. Look here, I found, was the next card? The 6th card, an ace. These are the cards you're looking for. You're looking for the 4 aces in the deck of cards. So how many cards are you willing to draw? Because most people give up after the first card, the 10th card, the 20th card. It might be that the last 2 or 3 cards might be your 3 other aces, but you didn't know that because you didn't go through the deck of cards. So I want to just share with everyone, if your business is not growing, it's because you're not reaching out to talking to people. And that's what we're going to talk about this evening. And once again, of course, so the key thing is you've got to remember this evening, it's about you building your 500 points. You start talking to people. Once you've done that, is you go through your deck of cards to find 4 associates that want to build with you. Then you're going to teach them to each have their own deck of cards. You've got then 4 decks of cards, and you've got those 4 associates that are serious about this, that are then reaching through their people to find their 4 associates. And if you've done that, you should be a silver director, a silver executive director. Once you do that again, you should be a presidential director. Once you've done that again, you should be a silver presidential director. Once you do that again, you should be a one-star platinum presidential. So literally this evening, I want to share with all of you, you are literally 7 steps away from being a 1-star platinum presidential director earning $40,000-$50,000 a month. I'm not sure exactly what the check is, but probably around there. But that is where you're away from. So what is the first step? Do your 500 points. That's step 1, 500 points. Second step is you sign up 4 people, help them do the same, 2,500 points. Next step is teach them to do the same, 10,000 points, silver executive director. Next step is teach them to do the same, presidential director, 40,000 points. Next step is teach them to do the same, silver presidential director. So basically by default, you're just building your business. You could be literally less than 7 steps away from going all the way to 1-star platinum presidential. So the business is all about keeping it very, very simple and keeping it duplicatable. So what I'm going to do is just go back to the screen over here. You should all see this. So you start off with a list. So who are the people you're going to talk to? Who are the prospective customers you can talk to? Who are the prospective associates you want to talk to? So you have to write these names down. You either write them in your diary, you do them on an app, but you write the names down of the people you'd like to reach out to first. So that's the first step. Step 1, every business needs a market in order to be successful. So what you bring into this business is really the list of people you want to talk to. Yeah, you'll see it says list of 100 names. Well, I want to share with all of you, you've got to start with at least 52. If you want to make this happen much faster, at least over 200 names, because you've got to take time to make the list. Make that time to make the list of people you want to talk to, because the list is like the bricks of how big the houses you want to build. If you want to build a big house, you need lots of bricks, you need lots of names of people you want to talk to. So do not prejudge. You want to just talk, you want to just reach out to as many people as possible. And we're going to have some leaders that are going to share this about this evening. I've just found the biggest reason why people don't make success is because they make a small list or they don't even make a list. And then I think it doesn't work. So yeah, some of the primary motivating factors: better health, financial freedom, time and money, extra income. These are the reasons why people might be looking at doing this. Retirement, early retirement, leaving a legacy. Personal development, going on incentives, earning extra income, paying for the kids' education. There are many, many reasons. So what I'm going to do, and then obviously next one is contact and inviting people. How do you contact and invite people? You either do that via social media, You can do that through, WhatsApp. You can do it through leaving someone a voice note. You could do it through picking up the phone and contacting them. You've got to realize that that a no is not never, it's just not now. But if you don't reach out to people, it's no in any way. So, and this is what Napoleon Hill said: every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries with it a seed of an equivalent or greater benefit. Develop a more empowering definition of failure. So you're not failing, it's that you have to work through the numbers to find the 4 aces. So this presentation is available. So make sure that that you go through that. The next one is show the plan. Once you've contacted and invited people, you either invite them to a one-on-one, a personal meeting that you're doing with them. This for me is always the best thing, is always try and meet with someone individually, either chatting to them on the phone or maybe a Zoom meeting or doing a one-on-one before you invite them to a opportunity meeting. People should really know what it's all about. And of course, from there we have monthly trainings, which we have every month, where we go through the basics. And of course, every 2 months we've got a super regional event. If you're serious about this, you can't miss super regional events. That's where people learn how to, they see the bigger picture. It goes from their head into their heart. I mean, this is where people make the big decisions. I've been to hundreds of these over the last 14 years. So make sure you get to the super regional event. There's one in Cape Town and one in Joburg. The Joburg one is the 14th and the Cape Town one is the 21st, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just check in my diary here, but I'm sure it is. I'm correct on that. Yes, it's the 14th and the 21st. 14th in Joburg at the Gallagher and the 21st in Cape Town at the Lord Charles. The rules of success: see more people, see more people, see more people. Use the law of averages, realizing that you can get better. And as you go through your deck of cards, you're going to become better at what you do. Improve your averages. One of the fifth rule is to improve at what you do. This is something quite important. Remember that all the people you speak to, some people, it doesn't matter what you say, they're not going to get involved. So don't try and convince those people, but realize that between 5 and 20% of people you speak to are looking right now and are going to be interested. So just as we go through this deck of cards, so there are 50 cards in the deck, there are at least 10 people, at least 10 of those cards are going to be people that are definitely going to get involved, but you just need to reach out to them. And of course, 25% of people, they think they're not interested. It's going to take a long time to get them on board. Then some people, another 25%, not even thinking about the products or the opportunity. And then some people are not interested no matter what you say. Don't try and convert the people that are not interested and not even thinking about it into people that should be looking at this. That's why it's just a numbers game. Just go through the numbers until you find the people that are looking for an opportunity now, and people that are interested in using the products right now. And yeah, you'll see how the national meeting is good with. Always, you've got to start off with your first exposure, you've got to be on Zoom or meeting with someone in person or sending them a video. And that's a daily coffee shop meeting is the one in-house, or it may be a in-house meeting. The next thing is the opportunity meeting, where there may be a bit more people. And then, of course, it goes to the monthly training, as I mentioned earlier, and then the national training, which is the super regional. We will qualify. We will actually go through some of these things as we progress. Okay, following up and closing. Okay, we're going to cover that as well. Okay, so that presentation is available. So, so first up, I'm gonna ask Alet-Marie, who is Alet-Marie and Quinton, but we've got Alet-Marie on this evening, who's a Gold Presidential Director. Really, one thing I can share with you, and with all of you regarding Alet-Marie, she's definitely someone that doesn't not know how to recruit. She has recruited a lot of people over the last years, and I'm telling you, this business always starts with recruitment. All of us had to be spoken to get involved in the business. We're never going to get away from that. So I want to encourage you to really, really listen to what she says. I'm going to maybe just do a sort of a Q&A with her, and so maybe Alet-Marie, if you can do a screen share, that'll be great. Okay, there we go. Awesome. Okay, let me just quickly add a pin. Okay, so people should see both of us. Okay, let me just see if your sound's working.
Hi, JP. I think you should be hearing me.
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. Okay, awesome. Alet-Marie, I'm just going to do a Q&A with you, because I think that's sometimes the easiest way to do this, especially with people that are listening online. I think we've got about 177, 200 people online, so obviously all excited to hear from you. So I think just basic, maybe if you've got any pointers you want to share a little bit about, contacting, inviting people, making the names list, following up, presenting, closing people. Maybe if you can sort of just give me like a 2 to 3 minute intro onto that, and I'm going to ask you some questions on that, and we're going to sort of just delve into some of your comments on there, and then we'll take it from there. But I think that's the best,
Awesome.
easiest way to learn. So looking forward to hearing from you.
Thanks, JP. Yes, JP, I think you taught me most of what I know about network marketing. So I think, or I pride myself in saying I just learned it from you. So I think the biggest mistake I make personally up to this day with contacting and inviting is I speak to people and I do not write down their names. So if somebody is interested in, if I can hear they're struggling with their health, if I can hear they're struggling with finances, they're looking for an opportunity, or it's a really remarkable business person, I do not want to lose those names. I think we need to handle this as a very, very professional business and make sure, I mean, I still make lists. So I think lists are very, very important. And it's also very important for me to never run out of a list. The moment that I run out of a list, the moment that I run out of people who I can speak to, the business stops. And in our business, our production line is speaking to new people, getting to know new people. We were just on our way back from the Drakensberg on Monday, and we popped into a totally unexpected, popped into a nursery, met the most incredible lady there. Just said to her, you know, I don't have time now, but can I add you as a friend on Facebook? And she said, absolutely. So, I mean, it's good to keep on growing your list. The one thing that really popped up for me in one of our trainings, I think it was one of the trainings I did way in the beginning, this guy said that his brother-in-law, somebody had to call 200 people a day to sell something. I can't remember what they had to sell. But that to me was so remarkable because, I mean, we don't even speak to 2 people mostly on most days. So, you know, comparing that to a real business, I really think we can all up our game, because new blood is the lifeblood of our business. And if you are scared to contact and invite, maybe ask your upline to do it with you. I know, JP, you said to me, just organize a lot of coffee appointments. And that's what we did. We did 17 coffee appointments on your first time you came down to Kimberley. I remember you had blisters on your middle finger. I still have the photos of that. And we were having pizza, and JP just had blisters all over his hands for writing the plans. I mean, it's serious hard work to keep on writing. But that's what got us into momentum. It was talking to a lot of people in a very quick space of time. And I think that is what really got me excited about this business, because if you can help somebody to create some sort of success in the beginning, they're more likely to go out and speak to somebody else and say to them, I've just started this business, or I just started my business, I had some success in it, or I have my first few people coming around. Would you mind joining us and listening to how this thing works? Or, you know, I use various different things. I could not get it when JP said, you will get better with time, or you will get more experience, and you will see which people are more serious than not. And I just couldn't see it. For years and years, I couldn't see it. But now we've run through so many people, so many names, that I can really see when somebody is serious and when somebody is not serious, or when somebody is just saying they'll be at an appointment, maybe to please you. So you will get better. Do not give up on this opportunity. Do not give up on making your names list and contacting people. If you listen to the trainings and you stick around, if you hang around successful people, you absolutely will get better. I think that's what I have to say about contacting and inviting. JP, do you want me to go into the follow-up and closing as well?
No, I want to just, okay, let me, I'm going to sort of just quickly ask you a few things. Okay, so the one thing you shared there, which I think is very important when you meet, is that speaking to new people is the production line of your business. So if you didn't recruit a lot of people last month, it's because you had no one on the production line. That's basic. Yes. And I love the way you said it, because like any business, has got a production line. If you're in manufacturing or production or whatever, you've got a production line. Our production line is the people you're speaking to. So if you weren't recruiting or signing up people last month, it's because you had no one in the production line the month before that, and that's obviously why why you're not recruiting. But just quickly, I love what you said, that when you meet someone, you said, don't have time to chat right now. Do you mind if I add you on Facebook? Because that's brilliant, because straight away it doesn't put you in a situation where they're wanting to ask you more, how does it work? Or, you know, it gives you the opportunity to contact them when you are in a good space, or maybe when you get back and you can send them all the relevant information. I want to ask you quickly, so once you've now added on Facebook as an example, what information would you send her, or would you send her a voice note? How would you go about that?
Sure, JP, I think it really comes down to, you know, just going through the motions until you have enough experience, because I don't think there's a cookie cutter mold to approach people. If I can use this example, you know, I recently asked somebody, you know, I see you are interested in animal welfare or animal health. So obviously you would be interested in human health as well. And they said, yes, what do you have? Or, you know, if you speak to somebody about, I recently met somebody at a coffee date, and the person said he's a personal trainer and he absolutely loved to make people feel better. I said, oh, wow, I might have the perfect solution or the perfect opportunity for you. Can I contact you later about it? So I don't think there's a mold or a script that you can use. I think you have to be bad at it to get good at it. I just sucked at it for years and years and years, and now I still don't have everything figured out, but I do know that my personal belief is it's such a place where I can speak to anybody, and I know this will be the best opportunity they will ever face in their life. These are the best products they will ever use in their life. So I don't have to be what do you call it, ashamed of our opportunity. I don't have to be embarrassed by our products. I know they will not find anything anywhere in the world that's better than our products. So I work from that confidence of knowing that I can, JP, I met you today. I can show you this business. I can share these products with you, and I can definitely show you how to get some of your expenses for free. If you want to try the products, I can definitely show you how to build a big business. And I sucked at it. So if you're willing to suck at it, you're going to get better. You just have to practice. And I recently said to somebody, remember, we never, ever, ever fail. We either win or we learn. There's no such thing as failure. You're going to get better every time that you go through what you call a failure. That's just practice.
Awesome, Alet-Marie. Yeah, and you know, for me, I completely agree with her. I think, you know, there is no cookie cutter, you know, script that's going to work for every single person, because you've got to put your own slant on it. And I think for me, it's more about, you know, getting this flow of like what to say next, like, you know, and that just comes from experience. It comes from doing it. You know, it's not about doing one thing, you know, or doing 1,000 different things. It's about really doing one thing 1,000 times until you become good at it. So I really want to encourage you. For me, for instance, one of the things that's always important is, I mean, you could even just say to someone, listen, I'm just curious. Would you at all be open to checking out some information? And I mean, that's just something very, very simple. But I always think, for me, for as an example with this lady that Alet-Marie met, let's assume whatever her name was. What is her name, Alet-Marie?
The one from the nursery.
Yes.
Oh my
Not a full name,
goodness.
just a name.
It was something like Belinda or something.
Okay,
I don't
Belinda,
know.
as an example.
What I do too, because I'm really bad with names and faces. So that now you know my secret. Yeah. But what I do is I send them the moment I ask them, may I send you a friend request, I click the messenger button. So I immediately open up the chat, and I, even if I turn my back right there and then, we had to get back into the car and drive back. So when I got into the car, I just wrote her a little text message on Messenger and said, I loved meeting you today. You're such an interesting person, because she's an artist and she has these hydroponic things going, and it's all the stuff that I'm interested in. And she was into horses as well. So we knew a couple of mutual friends, and I said to her, you know what, I see you know our farrier as well. So we had some interest, mutual interest, but now that Messenger is actually my diary. The same way I use WhatsApp for people I know more personally, that chat is going to lie in my inbox. And whenever I want to go back and do a follow-up, I just scroll back down and get her profile up, and, you know, start talking about the next thing that comes to mind.
Yeah, that's brilliant. And I think also for me, something, I mean, like just an example, if I met Belinda as an example, I straight away would have sent her a message and said also the same thing. So, hi, Belinda, it was so nice to meet you. And then I might have said something like, listen, by the way, I know we didn't have time to chat, but I'd love to chat to you about what I'm busy with, or what my wife and I have been busy with over the last 5 years. We're in the health and wellness space and we're currently expanding our business. Or you might mention that, listen, our company just launched a new incentive, or the reason why I'm contacting you is because I'm not sure if you're at all open to any extra streams of income, but I'd love to share with you what we do. Would you be open to me sending you a video to check out? Or, so it's just about getting a flow. It's about checking to see if someone's open to take a look at what you're doing, and then sending in some information to have a look at, or booking a Zoom call, or just trying to check and see if they're open. So, Alet-Marie, thank you very much for sharing. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, JP.
I'm going to ask a few of the other leaders to share next. So, but thank you so much for being first up. And yeah, I think we can always learn a lot from you. And thanks for setting a great example. I see you were team 13 last month. And club, I don't know, club 1000 or 2000 or something like that. But well done for that. Really proud of you guys. Keep up the good work. And
awesome.
yeah, so next. So, yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it. So next up, I'm going to just ask, maybe I'll ask Helena Wilkin to quickly share. I see she's just hopped on. And so we're going to have another 2 speakers to just quickly share. And then I want to try and see if we can get this done by 9 o'clock. So I don't want to really go over an hour. So Helena, are you online? Okay, you should be. Okay.
Hi, JP.
Okay. Hello, Helena, how are you?
Hi there, JP, and hello to everybody on the call. And
awesome,
I just want to say thanks, JP, for doing this for all of our teams. It's incredible, and thank you for always leading us with good example.
Oh, thank you, Helena. Listen, yeah, sorry, I know I know you and Neil are just going to share or just at least you're going to share very quickly. Just to get straight into it, I think, most of the people sort of know already, they need to make a names list, they need to contact people. Can you maybe just sort of share with everyone, like, what do you say to a person if you meet them? Like, what information do you send them? Maybe like just those 2 things. What do you say to someone once you contact them? What information do you send them? And how would you book the follow-up? Would you send them to a Zoom call? Would you meet with them personally? I mean, I've obviously in the last sort of 2-3 months, we've done quite a few meetings together as well. So, I mean, and I know that 1 month, I think you signed up 7 or 8 associates. So I think you're quite a good person to get to chat about signing up associates. So yeah, if you can maybe share, that'll be great.
Well, JP, as Alet-Marie was speaking, I was just thinking maybe I should share first what I did wrong in the beginning. I think what I really did wrong right in the beginning was to go for people who were completely down and out. I thought I had to go for only people, how can I say, I mean, we don't want to disregard anybody or think some people are better than others, but it's very tough to go for people who's in a very down situation and down and out. And I want to just encourage everybody to go for successful, already entrepreneurial mind, go-getter people, and not only for people who need an opportunity who's down and out, and also not only just for sick people. I mean, our products are phenomenal. And I think very often we go for people who are already challenged in their health, but we should rather go for people who really have sort of the mentality of rather investing in their health to stay healthy, who see the value of that. But then getting to, after making a connection in that, what I also did wrong was I just assumed everyone would go for the business opportunity because I was attracted to that in the beginning. But I've really I've really learned to listen much more. And I think the book of the month, Questions and the Answers, is a great one for everyone to get and to learn a little bit more about that, about asking questions and identifying what the person, that you're connecting with, what they really want, and trying to get them what they want. It's not always what you want for them, but it's what they want. Getting back to your question about what to send them, I must tell you, JP, I love using your websites. I very often go onto that, and I go to the manner, depending on whether the person I can see that they are more product orientated or more business orientated, which was the mistake that I did in the beginning. I thought everyone should go for business. But what I've learned is that it's fine if people just are interested in the product, because after all, if you think about it, we really 80–90% we need customers. We need people who are interested in the product. So then I would go to the mannapol.com website, your website, and I love sending them that overview, which just gives them a little bit of the background, and I would connect with them afterwards saying, you know, when I send it, when will you have time to review it, and when can we chat about it? I love setting up a Zoom call or just a normal WhatsApp video call, just to chat with them and say, what did you think about it? What questions do you have? What products do you use currently? Can we maybe look at, you know, assisting you to try some of the Mannatech products? Those are things that are really great for me. But I think very important is when you send that information to almost set up the next encounter, you know, the next follow-up, that it puts you sort of in the how can I say, in the driver's seat of to follow up with them. Then they're expecting the follow-up, and it just makes it easier, you know, so that you don't feel that you're nagging anybody. I mean, we've got an amazing gift here. We've got an amazing thing to offer people. We should have posture, and we should make people realize that what we have in our hands, it's really valuable, and they should take the time to look at it, you know, and then we can follow up with them on that. Then on the business side, I mean, your mannapol.biz website, I love sending them that overview as well. And believe it or not, but that very old video, JP, of you doing the 10 best reasons to sign up with Mannatech or to be interested in Mannatech, I love it. I still like it. I think maybe you need to do us a new one, JP. But
yeah,
I
maybe
still
I should consider that. I'll probably look,
yes.
hopefully look a bit younger now.
But I still like sending that to people because it's really upbeat. Sometimes I just send that as a sort of almost like a little bit of a teaser, you know, just the interest one. That's a very nice one to send to people firsthand. And yes, then it's just sort of building a connection, you know, and following up and identifying and connecting with people, making them feel like you really want to add value to them. I think that's the most important thing, that we need to make people feel like what's in it for them, not for us. It's not us that's trying to get them into something. It's us trying to add value to them, you know, trying to show them what it could be for them. And of course, right now, the incentive is also a very nice draw card for that, especially now from 1st of May. So that's quite a good one to use.
Brilliant. Also, Helena, I don't think I'm going to ask you anything more than that. I think you sort of covered all the bases on that. So well done, and thank you for sharing. And yeah, well done again for being on the call this evening. Yeah, and I definitely think there's a lot of people that can definitely glean a lot off your knowledge, and yeah, and there's a lot of comments coming through with the amazing tips and so forth. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Only a pleasure. Thanks. Bye.
So I think what we should definitely do is maybe once a month. It might be, I probably realize I probably don't have enough time to go through all of this. So maybe it might be a good thing to maybe once a month get like maybe 2 or 3 people and really go and delve quite deep into, you know, the basics of building, you know. But I will definitely chat to all the presidentials of the super regionals, and we'll sort of see where we want to go from there. So just quickly, next up, I'm going to ask Pieter to share. Pieter's been doing with, okay, there we go. Okay, Pieter, are you, okay, there we add a pin. Okay, great. Yeah, I think sort of, you know, you've sort of heard from Alet-Marie and also from Helena. Maybe there's some things you want to share, or maybe some tips. I mean, I know you specifically focus a lot on you building it very much internationally. You're signing up a lot of people in other markets. using a lot of Facebook. So maybe, yeah, just sort of give people the basics. I mean, names are easy to find. You can find them anywhere. I mean, whether you go in a Facebook group or whether you find them on your phone. Chat to us specifically about contacting people, what you send them, how do you follow up with them? Maybe just those three, Pieter. And Pieter and Solani is a gold executive director, is going presidential. They're signing up a lot of people, and a lot of new growth, a lot of new executives last month, also in their team. So yeah, looking forward to hear from you.
Thanks, Japes. I really appreciate it. Yeah, thanks so much to Alet-Marie and Helena, and everyone that's actually that said something. But you know what, JP, I should actually ask the question: what keep? And I actually want to, as a leader, and as obviously we're leaders on this Zoom. The question I actually want to ask you, and I want to ask the leaders is, what is keeping you so motivated? What is it? And this is the question I want to leave everyone with. What makes JP Koster and Alet-Marie, which is a gold presidential director, and Helena, which is a silver presidential director, what keeps them so motivated after 10, 15 years? And it actually comes down and it boils down to one thing. And that leads me into my call it what I want to share with you guys. It's all about mindset, guys. Japes, you thought, I would never forget, started 2011. You asked me, Pieter, what do you want to achieve out of this business? So first question I want to say, guys, what do you want to achieve out of Mannatech? How much money do you want every month? So JP, we sat down, you told me, Pieter, okay, I said, I want to go presidential director. And the funny part about, I set the goal of going presidential director. You said, okay, Pieter, you need to sign up 40 to 60 people. You sign up 40 to 60 people, you'll go presidential director. I want to say that tonight. You sign up 40 to 60 people, and it doesn't matter. You do not know if they're going to be customers, if they're going to be builders. You said 40 to 60 people. We did that in 2 years. But here's the thing. When you've got the right mindset, you always find ways to contact people. Listen to Alet-Marie. It was so, Alet-Marie, what you said was so powerful. You always in the mindset. You're always in the zone. You're always looking to expand your business. Your mind is set to build your business. And I think that's the most important thing. We're always looking for how-tos. You know, should I take myself on a message people? Yes, you should. Should I talk to people at the cafe? Yes, you should. Should I maybe do a video call? Yes, you should. You should find ways online, personally. There's people all over the world 24/7, and you should find a way to just connect with people. Now we are all connecting with cell phones and we know what we should do, but I come back to the number one thing. If your mind is set and you've got the right mindset to build your business, to expand your business, to be excited about your business and know exactly what you should do, then you find ways. And I think that's the most important thing. JP, you always said, you have to sell yourself first. Now the question is, are your vision, will you follow you? That's the question on this call, all these leaders. If you sit down with you, will you follow you? Will you go out there and build a business with you? And I think as leaders, we must always remember that. We know exactly what to do, the 4 basics, the 10 basics, the 20 basics. There's a recipe for network marketing. And JP, you've been, let's say 13 years, let's say 15 years, you're a $1 million earner, which means you've earned over 15 million Rand in commissions with Mannatech, even more. Why do I say that? Because whatever you said tonight is exactly what we should do. Now there's leaders of mine on this call as well. You should just imitate what the leaders are doing, and we should do that. So you got to be excited. You got to have a proper vision, and then you have to set your mind on what to do. We all know we need to SMS people. We all know we should WhatsApp people. We all know we should be on Facebook messaging people. The thing is just to go and do it. That's the main thing. We have to go and do it. So yeah, that wasn't about how to, that's more about the why, but it is what it is, eh? So thanks, Japes.
Yeah, I think I'm going to end it there. You know what? Because at the end of the day, it's not really about the how-tos. I think very often we all look for the how-tos. How do you contact someone? What do you say to someone? What's the perfect video to send someone? And at the end of the day, it comes down to that it's all about the why. If you have a massive why, you find the how. If there's a will, there's a way. I remember my mentor said to me, he said, you know, when Pieter was saying earlier, you know, should you do this? Should you do this? Should you do this? Should I talk to people? You know, should I talk to people on Facebook? Should I WhatsApp people? Should I plug them to Zoom call? He just said, you do whatever it takes. Like whatever it takes. Like if you, I mean, the bottom line is if your mindset's right and you willing, I mean, that really is true. If you're willing to talk to, you know, at least sign up 30, 40, 50 people in 1 year. I mean, all of us can do it if we just become diligent, start talking to two, 3, 4 people a day. You're going to find people that are looking, people that want to change their lives. But here's the reality is that you'll do whatever it takes if your mindset's right. And I want to tell you, if you want to increase your business, it's all going to come to mindset, because mindset breeds confidence. Confidence is what you're going to get as you increase your mindset. You're going to be more willing to go out there and talk to people. You're going to attract the right people into your business. And most importantly, it's going to be a fun business to build. This business is not always fun if you talk to one person a week every week for a whole year. Like that's 52 people for the year. That's not fun. What's fun is to go out and say, listen, you know what? Here's my deck of cards. We're in a brand new month now. I'm going to go out there and talk to as many people as I need to, as quickly as I need to, because I'm looking for those 4 aces. So I can find 4 people. I'm looking for a Pieter. I'm looking for a Helena. I'm looking for a Alet-Marie. I'm looking for a JP. I'm looking for Martolucia. I'm looking for these leaders that want to go to the next level, and they are going to be in the deck of cards. And if I'm willing to talk to enough people, I'm going to find people that are looking. So for me, very, very important is how many people are you willing to talk to? I'm going to close with this: is how many cards is your dreams worth? That's what you got to think about. Is it worth 4? Is it worth 10? Is it worth 100? Is it worth 1,000? Because I can share with all of you this evening, as I was willing to talk to as many people as I needed to get to Platinum Presidential. I didn't care. Like, I would be consistent and diligent about it and make sure, because I knew that if I spoke to enough people, I'm going to find people that want to change their lives. I'm going to find people that need the products and they're going to have the same vision as what I do. And that's what I'm going to just leave all of you with this evening is that at the end of the day, like, the only things you can control is your attitude and your activity. Your attitude, you personally going to have to work on that. That comes from mindset. It comes from reading the books. It comes from attending the functions. It comes from listening to the audios, attending these things, changing your mindset. The next thing is your activity. That's going to be 80% influenced by your activity. Is going to be 80% influenced by your attitude. And that is the how to. What do you say to someone? What information you send to someone? But at the end of the day, you can never show the wrong plan to the right person. You can never say the wrong thing to the right person. If you find people that are looking, you're going to sign them up with not even doing too much work and putting too much effort into it. And those people are going to start building on their own, going to the next level. And because you're finding people that are the 4 aces, you're not trying to turn the 2 in the deck of cards into the king. You literally are just working with the people that are identifying themselves and are willing to do the basics as well. We don't need to drag people over the finish line to find people that want to go presidential. Those presidentials are out there. We just need to go in. And here's the thing. Let me leave with this. You don't teach and train leaders. You find leaders. Like leaders identify themselves. And those are the people we're looking for. So thank you very much, everyone. It's been great to share with all of you. I will have recorded this call this evening. And just have fun with this and don't miss the super regionals. You cannot afford not to be there. That's where we're going to really turn things up. We haven't had a big event in like 2 years. It's going to be a massive event. So make sure you're there next weekend in Joburg, the weekend off in Cape Town. If you can't make Joburg, fly down to Cape Town. If you can't make Cape Town, why don't you go up to Joburg? So thank you very much, guys. All the best and have a good evening.